I jump out of my bed. I throw my sheets on the side of me. I get out of my bed and I like run towards the door. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm going to be talking about the time that I was attacked by a spider in my sleep. And now you probably read the title and you're like, First of all, before I share the story, I just want to say that I am someone who is extremely terrified of spiders. I don't have an irrational fear when it comes to other types of insects, but when it comes to spiders, specifically ones that look kind of like this, not ones that look like this or like this or like this, but ones that look like this, I'm ready to just throw in the towel and call it a day. The way they move, just their movement, they're very unpredictable, kind of shifty, and just they look very, very ugly. Every time I see them walking and crawling, I feel like I want to vomit on myself. I don't know, like I just get very nauseous and my hands get clammy and I just feel like sick to my stomach. And now people in my family, people around me, friends, they think that I am just doing the most. But if you're someone who shares the same fear of spiders, you understand. You understand. Okay. So I'm gonna get into the story. So I used to live in a basement apartment, a 2-bedroom basement apartment with one of my friends when I was away at school. In this basement apartment, it was kind of like open concept. So we had the kitchen in one area, then a bathroom to the side, then a huge open like foyer area. And then we had 2 bedrooms and then steps that led to the outside. The year that I spent in this basement, we always had run-ins with spiders. But on this particular night, I believe that it was some day during the week, I was tormented by this little critter in the corner of my room. I'm going to be talking about the corners of the room as points. So point 1 will be the point closest to the door. Point 2 will be the point that is further from the door. And point 3 will be the point that is closest to my bed. I'd seen this spider, right? Just chilling in point 1. But the ceilings were kind of high in this basement, so I wasn't really trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to run after it. I wasn't trying to get it. I wasn't trying to spray it. I wasn't trying to kill it. I was like, you know what? As long as you stay where you need to stay and do what you need to do and we don't cross paths, we have no problems, right? This was the understanding that we had. So the week goes on and I'm watching and watching and watching. Every time I enter my room, I look in the corner. I'm like, okay, it's still there. Every time I enter my room, I'm like, okay, it's still there. Morning come, night come, still there. I'm like, all right, cool. I see you. There was another day in the week where I noticed that the spider wasn't at point 1 anymore and it had moved to point 2. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're getting a little too close for comfort. Point 2 is very close to point 3, which is close to my bed. The spider knows exactly what it's doing. And it knows that this human is trying to kill me, so I need to stay as high as possible. It knew that I wanted it dead. So I remember one evening I had left and came back downstairs, came to my room. I think I had gone to class and then came back. And I noticed this spider like, oh my God. My hands are starting to get clammy. Ew, 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 ew. Okay. Relax. It was at point 2. Then I noticed the spider doing some weird thing in the middle of the wall between point 1 and point 2. Okay? And I was like, what is wrong with this thing? On the wall, it was like bouncing. Left to right, going up, down, going around in circles, like doing the most. Because it was moving frantically, like, I started to panic. If I hit you and I miss you, then I don't know, what if you like jump on me and like what if your web gets caught on me and then you start doing, and now my mind started to take control. My mind started to take over. Okay? And I wasn't thinking properly anymore. So I'm standing there watching it do crazy things on this wall now. And I'm like, I've never seen a spider just freak out like this. Like, what do?
I didn't do anything.
I just sat there and I watched it. I was building the courage, trying to tell myself, okay, you need to get a slipper, you need to get a blanket, you need to get a pillow, hit it from afar, hit it from a distance. I turn around to grab a slipper. I turn back around, this thing's already at the top. The spider now crawls back into point 2. Cool. I continued watching the movement of the spider for the remainder of the week. Now, I don't know if it was like 2 weeks that has passed at this point. I don't know if it was a weekend. I don't know if it was 3 days, 4 days, whatever. I lost track of all time. I was just so focused on this spider. One night, I am sleeping in my bed. It was very, very cold outside. It was a little cold in the basement that we were in. And I decided to go to sleep. The way my bed was set up is that it was in the corner alongside the wall that point 3 is. And it was a little like twin size bed, very small, like couched up in the corner of the room. And I had 2 blankets, a fuzzy cozy one, you know, to like wrap yourself up when you're feeling cold, especially on those winter nights. Then I had a big comforter that I put over. I was wrapped up like a nice little burrito. I was feeling so good that night, you know, very stressed out, very tired. I said, you know what, I need to come here. I need to sleep. I need to get good quality sleep. And I wasn't tripping about the spider anymore because it's now been at point 2 for quite some time and it wasn't moving or doing anything
Chaotic.
So I'm sleeping now, dreaming of great things. And I feel this thing crawl on my face. And I just like brush it off. I'm just like, okay, it's probably fluff from my blanket. I'm sleeping, but like I'm still aware at this time, if you know what I mean. So I brushed it off. And then a thought came into my head as soon as I brushed this thing off my face. And I was like, yo, what if it's a spider? I'm like, no, it's probably not the spider. And then it hit me and it's like, it's probably the spider. So I leap out of my bed. I jump out of my bed. I throw my sheets on the side of me. I get out of my bed and I like run towards the door, right? Towards the door is close to point 1 and there's a light switch to the right of the door. I hope I'm making sense. You're with me? All right, cool. So I jump to the door, flip on the light switch, and I look at point 2 where I had last seen the spider. And you know what? I didn't see the spider there anymore. I said, God, please, please. It's a school night. I have work to do. I have things to do. Please, I can't lose sleep over this little critter and I don't know why it's antagonizing me. So I go over to my bed and I see this crackhead spider going crazy on my bed.
I froze again.
But this time I have to do something about it. I may not be able to muster up the courage to like get something to hit it because of whatever psychological fears are going on at the time, but my roommate can. My roommate can. Put on my little slippers, put on my little robe or whatever, shuffle to her room. I didn't even knock. I didn't anything. The door was open. I went into her room. If you ever come across this video, thank you so much for holding it down. Like the things I put you through, that's another story for another time. Anyways, so I go over to her room. I flick on her light like I own the place. She's sleeping. She looks so cozy, so warm, angelic, just having the best slumber ever. I go over. I'm like, Suzanne. Suzanne.
Suzanne!
She looks up at me now and she's like,
Huh, what? What?
I whisper to her, I say, there's a spider in my bed. I need you to come and kill it. She looks back at me and she's like,
What? Okay. Yeah, sure. Spider in your room? Okay, alright, sure.
I did not care.
At all.
So she wakes up now. She's wobbling left and right. She's sleep drunk through the hallways to my room.
Okay, so where is it? Give me a slipper.
It's on my bed.
She tips over to the bed and she moves my cover and she sees it and I scream
Shh, you have to be quiet.
because our landlord lived upstairs.
Can you kill it?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kill it.
So she gets a slipper and she like hits the bed, right? Completely obliterates this spider on my comforter.
Okay, it's dead.
Okay, thank you. But that's disgusting. Can you, like, take it off or something?
She gets a napkin and she takes it up.
That's it, that's all?
Oh my god, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate you. Like, I owe you, girl. Like, oh, thanks for holding it down.
Okay.
So she waddles back. Anyways, that concludes my story time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you can relate to anything that I described in this video, if you have any stories or any feelings when it comes to spiders or certain insects that you're afraid of, leave them in the comments down below and I'll see you on the next one.
We got these lemons, baby.